Beau, huge congratulations. What's the feeling like to defend that wonderful title?
Yeah, I think probably just a bit of relief, and I just feel proud of myself. Do you know what I mean? I don't care who you are. It's difficult to go up there and defend a title that you've won the year before because everyone's got a target on your back. But I did both sort of improve my game, and I just feel really happy and ready to just see my family in a bit.
You touched on getting better, and game by game you got better. But in that first game, were there a lot of nerves because it was a below par performance for your standards?
Yeah, I was nervous, but I wouldn't say it was all partly down to that. I think it's just the fact that I'm thinking about if I get beat, I'm going out first round and I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. It was my own fault. I was thinking about too much stuff, but the second I won that, I just thought, right, can kick on now and try and improve on it. And then I did slightly, and then the final was a decent game between me and Fallon. So, it was just sort of settling myself down.
You say there's pressure and there's a target on your back, but you're getting used to this because you've defended the Lakeside, you've defended this, so it's something that you are getting used to and going to have to get used to with the performances that you're putting in.
Yeah, it's a weird one. Like, even though I was nervous, I didn't feel as if I was going to get beat. I felt, even before I played the final and the semi-final, I felt as if I was going to win. I don't know what it is. I know, obviously, when you play darts professionally, sometimes you just know, and I just knew I was going to sort of turn up, and it was just nice to sort of just to play well. I think obviously Fallon said the same to me on the stage, just sort of to perform in front of the telly is a big thing for ladies darts, because you don't get the opportunity to do it a lot. So it was nice to have a good game and a competitive one at most.
And obviously winning this, you now get to go back to the Grand Slam, somewhere where you illuminated but narrowly missed out. Are you looking forward to going back and trying to put that right at the Grand Slam?
I mean, maybe. I think obviously when I was at the Grand Slam last year, it was difficult. Obviously, I'm not used to being around them sort of people, and obviously that's what they do all the time, playing obviously the lads in the group and that. But they was all right. So I think I don't really look forward to it. I just sort of I play it, and I'm a big believer in men's and ladies darts should be separate. So I don't think. I won't think too much into that. I just sort of play as it comes. But obviously it's going to be difficult. I think I did well last year. I just sort of messed up my own sort of game. But like I said, grateful for the opportunity to obviously be able to get there again. So
congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, it seemed to really click in the final. Why do you think it clicked then, but maybe not in the previous rounds?
I don't really know. I think I didn't practice much before my first game, which is probably really stupid, but I think after the first game I just thought, right, I can't be doing that again against obviously some of the top ladies. So it's just one of them, like, just trying to tell yourself that you need to sort of step up, and I knew I had to. I knew obviously I don't think Fallon and Lisa had an amazing game, but it's a sticky one to sort of come into. You don't know how they're going to come out after that and obviously play. So I know I had to be on my game, and just happy to sort of get that first start like up and just not dragging again, and just nice to sort of get flowing early on in the game.
We know you've been competing on the development tour as well this year, which is a big decision for yourself. How much has that helped elevate your game? Yeah,
definitely. I think obviously it's such a hard standard on the development tour. They're not easy to win. I see it with a lot of the lads. They're so disappointed when they get beat, and obviously it must be hard for them. They're sort of their way into obviously the top PDC, but obviously when I won one, it was just a bonus. Like I didn't think I would. I think, but because I'm just so free playing in that environment, I sort of just did well to come out on top on one of the events, and hopefully in the future I can do that again. Thank you.
Congratulations, Beau. How does it feel to reassert yourself as the top women's player in the world? You've cemented that completely, and how does it feel at your age to be leading the world, and Fallon and Lisa and everyone, and Makura, you've done that again today? So what's your emotion about that, to feel like that?
I don't know, I think it's one of them, like, I know I'm good. I think in the ladies' game I know I'm really good. I think, but I suppose with Fallon, Lisa, there's a few more coming in with the women's games and stuff. So I think on this day I was the best, but it doesn't mean I am the best player. I think it just depends what happens on the day and stuff. And I just want more for the ladies' game. I think we do. I think we deserve a separate part of it. I don't think you look at all the other sports now. You sort of getting that side of obviously that the men's and ladies is separate and stuff. And I think that's a big thing. I think darts is missing a trick really. I think we could sort of do with separate competitions and a lot of other stuff. And because I just don't think we will ever be good enough to play against the likes obviously Luke Humphries, Van Gogh, and even like you're just looking at you're facing a losing battle. Do you know what I mean? Before you've even thrown a dart. So just want a bit more out of that side of it. I think.
Can I just? What's more important to you? Would it be more important for you to establish yourself playing men and beating men, or for the women's game to be expanded, as you've just sort of?
I think for me, it's the women's game. I don't think any lady will ever go to PALLY and win that. I think you are literally just being silly if you think that's possible. I think they do the women's series separate, obviously. I think the match play this is really good, but I think just having the more opportunity for us and not having, like when I go to Grand Slam, I don't look forward to it because I know I've got to play men. It's different. I don't fancy my chances at all. I'm just realistic. Like I know how I can play, but it doesn't necessarily happen on the day. Like it's the men are just a lot more consistent and stuff, and obviously we're not. It's just how it is. You can see it on Darts Connect and stuff when you watch the streams and the boards. So you have to be realistic and think, is this going to go anywhere? Unless they have a separate tournament for us. Thank you.
Well, just on that, I'm sure you'd love to see a women's world championship in the PDC.
Yeah.
Are these conversations that you've had with people to try and sort of take the next step in women's darts?
Yeah, well, I think it's a difficult one. I think some of the ladies think, you need to beat the men and stuff, but if you look at any other sport, obviously, how many ladies are better than men in any other sport there is? Like, it's just not a thing, and I think you have to be realistic about it. And obviously, I can sit here and say, I've won back-to-back this and back-to-back that, but when you get on stage and someone completely outclasses you, and then it's just a different kettle of fish in it. You're just sort of stuck in a rut. And you, like I say, you just look at the stats and the averages and stuff. I know it's only throwing 3 darts, but it's different. And I just think we deserve that. I think there's just space for it in the sport, and obviously you see a lot of the men and stuff, and I don't think it'd be a bad thing having more ladies included, but in their own separate tournament.
You've won so many titles on the women's series. You've won 2 World Matchplay now, 2 World Championships. A lot of people used to say that Phil Taylor could beat opponents before they went on the yoke because of that fear factor. Same with Michael Van Gogh at his peak. Do you feel like you've got that aura and that fear factor around you where people are scared of playing you just because you're so good and so dominant in the women's game?
Maybe a little bit, but not to the scale of obviously that they've had it. I think it's difficult in the ladies' game. I think I sort of know. I know when I'm going to win and I know when I'm going to get beat. I don't really know how to describe it. I just have that feeling. But I think I felt that more maybe a few years ago when I was obviously on that streak of winning stuff. I felt unbeatable at times, but obviously I am beatable and I'm not perfect. So, but sometimes I do have that. If I have that confidence about me, then I do believe I can beat anybody. But it's just not all the time.
You spoke about the consistency there. It's easy to forget that because of everything that you've won, you are still 20 years old. Do you feel like as you do get older, that consistency will come and you see the best of Beau Greaves more often?
I mean, yeah, possibly, but it's like, you don't know what's going to happen, do you? It's like, I know how I can play. Like, even leading up to this, I mean, I hadn't played and I was practising, it was terrible. I was thinking, and I think I wasn't nervous against Katie, I felt worry that I was obviously gonna play bad and not turn up, but I was lucky enough to get through. But it's just hard to sort of like grasp where you are. I know the women's series is brilliant for us, but it's not as if they're every weekend, like obviously PDC have seen got everything on it all the time and I've such a busy schedule, but I don't really know. I just try and do my best on the day, and sometimes I'm consistent and sometimes I'm not. Like when I'm on women's series, I can go 90 average, 100 and something, and then I'll have a 75. Like, do you know what I mean? And I know that for myself. I know when it's coming. It's just, even when I won that development tour, I played really well, but I had dipped in form the whole day, so you just can't call it, can you?
Well, you are the World Matchplay champion again. Well done.
Thank you.
Well, how does it feel to defend your title, and obviously having been the first multiple winner of this title?
Yeah, obviously it feels great, and obviously Fallon had the chance last year. Just fell short against Lisa, I think it was, but it's just nice to sort of know that I can do it, and I always find it difficult playing on the stage. I don't know what it is about the stage board at the PDC. They're just difficult to play on compared to the floor games. But yeah, I'm just happy to be sat here and to say that obviously I've defended it.
And how would you assess your performances over the overall 3 games?
The first one was poor. The second one was, well, the first leg was bad, and then I sort of settled into it a bit. And then obviously the final, I was off and running from the start. I felt good. I had a few loose darts, but done anybody. So yeah, it was nice to sort of just get over the line, and I was thankful Fallon didn't turn it on when I didn't need her to. So yeah.
Many congratulations on the defence of your title.
Thank you.
There's obviously other benefits of playing on the Alexandra Palace stage. The women obviously with Fallon and Rockton, is that consideration for you at all, or is it all about chances of winning the match?
I don't really know. I think what Fallon did was brilliant. I think it obviously benefited Fallon in the right ways, and obviously the women's series is probably mostly to do with her. So obviously I appreciate that part, but I think for me personally, playing at Alexandra Palace, and that is not, some people dream of that sort of stuff. I never did, so when I sort of got there, it wasn't, maybe I'm being ungrateful, I don't know, but when I sort of got there, it wasn't amazing to me as it was to other people. I think I'm more of a ladies dart player. That's why I've said I'll choose Lakeside over some of the stuff, just because I'm just more comfortable there, and it's about ladies darts, not about men's darts, so just got to support the ladies best I can.